Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make the granny square sunflower pattern. I bought a bunch of this impeccable yarn for another project and I needed a lot less of it than I thought I did. So I've got plenty of this. I've used it for a couple other things. It's an okay yarn. Let's get started. This is the impeccable. It's a medium 4 and it calls for a 5mm hook. Chain up 3. Make a loop in that first chain. Now we're going to chain up 3 and we're going to put in 15 more double crochets. That first chain 3 counts as a double crochet. You are going to be working right into the circle and we want to hold our end piece in there as well. So that's 3. You want a total of 16, oh my goodness. You want a total of 16 double crochets in the center. And as you can hear this yarn, it's really not one of my favorites. I'm sure the hook doesn't help because it's plastic as well and rubbing, but this is quite easily one of the squeakiest yarns I've ever used. 14, 14, 15, and 16. As always, it's a little awkward to start with. Now we want to count up 1, 2, 3 and get in our third chain that we started with and just do a little slip stitch. And now let me pull this a little bit. Now we're going to take our string. We're going to hold either side and pull. See how nice and little that becomes now? So we're going to chain up 3, and then in that same spot, actually it's the next spot, we're going to do 1, then we're going to do 2, then we're going to do 1. These are all double crochets, no skipping stitches. Actually, I don't think that we skip any stitches in this entire pattern. And then 2. And then 1. And then 2. Again, so sorry about the squeaks. Drives me crazy. 1, 2, 1, 2, and this one. Do 1. Ooh. And 2. And 1. And now because this one was in here, I don't know if you can see that, how well you can see that, because this one started here. This was my first chain 1. I could have added a second one in there, but it would have been very awkward to do it that way. So instead, I counted that one as going to be a 2, and I started off by doing 1, then 2, then 1, then 2. So now I have this one here, and I've got 23 stitches around, and I need 1 more, and this one needs to be a 2 anyway. So I always find that it works out better to do it that way, and then it's also nice and easy to connect in the top of that chain 3. And now we're going to chain up 1, and we're going to be doing single crochets. It's going to be single crochets, so it's going to be 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. That's our round. So we have this one in here, this one will count to here, so 1 in here. Geez. 1 and 2. One single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 crochets, 2 single crochets. 1, 2, 1, 1. It's our second one, and now we need 2, and it's going into the one that we started off with. So that's 2, and then we just connect it right to that chain 1, right to the top, as we would on all the other rows, or as we did on all the other rows. It can be a little trickier with the single crochet. There we go. And we just pull through. And that is the end of that row. Okay, so now I've snipped off the end. I left quite a long tail. You don't need that long. Just wasn't paying attention. We're going to add our new color. Pull through. Pull this little straggler green. I also prefer to put a knot or 2 in. You can do it however you like. If you're part of the knot gang, great. If you're not part of the knot gang, then do it how you like to do it. I like to do it this way because I feel like it's more secured, and my blankets get washed, at least my own blankets get washed quite frequently. So I don't ever like the idea that it could come out in the wash or something like that. Just my own thing. Now, you would chain up 2, but I'm going to count that as 1 and that as 1. So I'm only going to chain up 1. If you attach it a different way, chain up 2. So we're going to start with a 1 here, and we're going to work our tails in as well. So we're going to do half double crochet, 2 half double crochets in the next one. And that's what this whole round is going to be. If you can go ahead and skip ahead if you don't want to watch me go all the way around and you just need the pattern. So 2, 1, 2. Well, it would help if I could get 1 in there to start. 2, 1, 2. Now, because these tails are so long, at some point I'm just going to snip them because they get annoying. So let's see, we got 1. I think we're far enough at this point where I can just snip these off. Okay, so we just did 1. So now it's 2. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 'kay, and then we're going to go to the top of this one and we'll attach there just as usual. And there you go. Okay, so now we're going to start the beginning cluster, and this cluster is going to be different than all the other ones we're going to do. We're going to start with a chain of 4, then we're going to wrap twice as if we were going to do a treble, and we're going to put it in that very next chain, or that very next stitch. We're going to pull through twice, and we're going to leave 2 hoops on the hook, 2 loops on the hook. So we're going to do that again, over twice, very next stitch. Maybe you'll not mess it up like I did. Over twice, through the next stitch, pull through 1, pull through 2. We're going to leave 3 loops on the hook. And we're going to do this one more time, and this is what's different because it's the beginning cluster. So now we have 4 posts and 4 loops, and we're going to pull all the way through. We're going to lock it with a chain. Now we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4 more, total of 5 chains. And we're going to wrap twice. We're going to go in the very next stitch. We're not skipping any stitches on these rows. And we're going to pull through 1, pull through 2, and now we've got 2 loops on the hook. Wrap over twice, next stitch, pull through, pull through. Now you've got 3 loops on your hook. We're going to do that one more time. Loop over twice, through the next stitch, pull through, and now we've got 4. But we only have 3 posts, so we're going to do this one more time. Pull through, and now we have 4 posts and 5 loops, and we're going to pull all the way through all of them. Lock it with a chain. All right, so we've locked it with a chain, and now we're going to chain up 1, 2, 3, 4, so 5 all together in the chain. Round twice, next stitch, pull through 1, pull through 2. That's this whole round. Wrap it around twice, pull through once, pull through twice. Now you've got 3 loops, 2 posts. Do it again. Twice, same next stitch, pull through 1, pull through 2. Got 4 posts, 5 loops, pull it right through, and now you can do lock it in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wrap it around twice, next stitch, 1, 2, and that's as easy as this row is. 3 posts, so you can always tell where you're at. You just need to see how many posts you've got going, or how many loops you've got. 5 loops, 4 posts, pull it all the way through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to attach this last row, which, let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Now we're going to attach that not to the petal itself, but to our chain up here at the top. We're going to pull through just a regular little slip stitch, and now I always do one last little one to lock it in. Snip, pull through, and tighten. And now we're ready for the next round. We're going to put this on, slip knot. Now you can start it anywhere, but I like to start it right by the other scraggler. We're going to put this on. Oh, this is always a little awkward. Okay, so we're going to put this on that way, and we're just going to pull it right through, sort of like a slip stitch, or it is a slip stitch really. And chain up 1. That's going to count as our first single crochet. Grab that tail so we can work it in. We're going to do 5 more single crochets. 2, 3, 4. Jeez. 4, total of 6. We're going to grab our next tail. We're going to go skip right over, and we're going to go to the next one. Do 1. It's always awkward with the tails. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now, just as a little housekeeping, pull that through, snag that off, cut that off, cut that off. So we've got 6, so we skip right over to the next one and just start them again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't want to do these tight. You want them to fill up the space. 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're just going to attach it to that first chain 1 right there. Get it in there. It's a little difficult on this one. At least I always find it to be a little difficult. On that chain 1, slip stitch through. We do chain 1, 2, and 3. Now again, this is another row where we are not skipping any of the stitches. So every stitch will be used. So now we're going to do, we did chain 3, now we're going to do a double crochet in the next one. Then we're going to do a half double crochet. This is a half of a corner. We'll get to that after. Now we're going to do 12 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, so here's the first corner we're gonna start off with a half double. Then we're gonna do a double. Then we're gonna do, not my hair. Then we're gonna do a triple. So pull through, pull through, pull through. Now we're gonna chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then in the very next one, we're going to do another treble. Wrap over twice, pull it down. We're going right into that next stitch. Complete the treble. Then we do a double. And if you've been paying attention, doing a half double. And then we're going to do 12 more singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now half double, double, triple, chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and another treble. and another double. Ignore my hair in there if you can see it. This is a blanket for me, so it's okay. And a half treble, or half double, jeez. And now we just have to connect this. So we do 12 singles. 1, 2, 10, 10, 11, and 12. Now we're going to do a half double, a double, and a triple. One, 2, 3, 4, and we are going to attach it at the top of the other one. Slip stitch. And you could stop there if you wanted. You could make your blanket just that way. I prefer to go one step further, and to do that, we are going to chain up 3, maybe, chain up 3 to count as a double, and then we are going to put a double crochet in each stitch below. When we get to the corners, I will show you how we do the corners. It's very, very easy. Now we're at the corner. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 double crochets in that corner space, and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 2 more double crochets. My goodness, what is going on? There we go. This yarn has been slipping off this hook all day. And now we're just going to continue with the 1 double crochet in every stitch. So we did 1 double crochet, it's 2 double crochets, 1 chain, and 2 more double crochet. Okay, so now you can see the difference. This will all square up. You can see the difference between this corner and then with the other corner here with the edging on it, it becomes a little bit more substantial. So we're going to finish doing our double crochets around, and I'll bring it back to show you the very end. So 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets. And now we find our top chain. Work it through, slip stitch, 1 last stitch for good measure, and you pull it through. You don't have to worry about sewing this in because when you attach them, you can work it right in that way. And this is your finished square. Now you can, I do recommend that if you are a blocker, you're going to want to block this for sure. I didn't block my friend's blanket, more so because as I attached it, it stretched out nicely, but if you're doing it for a professional product to sell or something like that, you're probably going to want to block it. Well, thank you for joining me.